Good, e- good evening, RMP aspirants, Mr. Nadeem and Mr. Arga with me, and we are going to solve quantitative risk analysis questions. 25 questions we have done, or 24 we have done. The remaining we will do it today. Yes, Arga bhai, let's start with question 25.
Question number, yes. Okay, thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity. Question number 25, you are preparing to complete the quantitative risk analysis process with your project team and several subject matter experts. You gather the necessary inputs, including the project cost management plan, why it is necessary to include the project cost management plan in the preparation of the quantitative risk analysis process. The project management plan can help you to determine what the total cost of the project is allowed to be. The project cost management plan provides control that may help determine the structure for the quantitative analysis of the budget. The project cost management plan provides the direction on how costs will change due to identified risks. The project cost management plan is not an input to the quantitative risk analysis process.
Okay, 1 minute. Hold on, please. Hold on. Nadeem bhai, what is the answer? Nadeem bhai. Nadeem bhai, you are with us? Okay, continue, Arga bhai.
Okay.
Sir, actually, sir, I am returning to home, sir.
Okay, no problem.
Yes, sir.
Problem.
I am driving, sir, on the highway. I am actually
Take care.
returning from office to home, sir.
Okay. Safe driving, Habibi. Safe driving. Arga bhai will do it. Thank you for informing.
That's why I actually today was shut down for my shutdown activity, sir. That's why it was late for me.
Okay. No
Yes.
problem. Yes, Arga bhai. What is the right
Okay.
answer? Why is the right answer?
Yes. Okay. So the question is asking, why is it necessary to include the project cost management plan in the preparation for the quantitative risk analysis? Okay.
Yes.
So the project cost management plan can help you to determine what is the total cost of the project is allowed to be. Okay, but how come this will help me in quantitative risk analysis?
Right.
This is not giving right. It is simply saying that it will help me to understand the total cost of the project. Fine, no problem. Then option B is saying the project cost management plan provides control. Yes, because a plan is used to monitor a control that may help determine the structure for quantitative analysis of the budget. Yes.
So what was the maximum budget you can utilize in quantitative risk analysis, and whether it is
so it will provide the trigger points. Let us say if I exceed the budget or there is some risk, then it will help me to understand what measures to be taken at the right time. Okay. The project cost management plan provides direction on how cost may be changed due to identified risk. So it is not asking about what the cost management plan does, but it is saying that how it will be helpful in the preparation of a quantitative risk analysis.
Right.
So I don't think it is the correct answer or the option to choose. And the last one is the project cost management plan is not an input to the quantitative risk analysis process. It is an input. It is not because project management plan is an input to the for the quantitative risk analysis process. And under the umbrella of project management plan, we have cost management plan. It is a subset of a project management plan.
I agree. So what is the right answer?
In my opinion, option B is the right answer, sir.
Correct. Option B is the right answer. Good. Next question.
Okay. Next question, you are the project manager of a new project in your organization. You and the project team have identified the project risks, complete risk analysis, and are planning the most appropriate risk response. Which of the following tool is most effective to choose the most appropriate risk response? Decision tree analysis, project network diagram, Delphi technique, cause and effect diagram. So decision tree analysis.
Yeah, that's the to choose.
Yeah, because
yes. Correct. 27.
Okay. If risk 4 happens in the project, how much will be left in the contingency reserve? Okay. So
What was the total?
Sir,
Okay. Help me solve this question.
yeah, if risk 4 happens in the project, how much would be left in the contingency reserve? So what I need to do, so probability to impact it is giving. So we have to first calculate the, this one,
EMV.
the
Contingency
EMV, yes,
reserve. Okay.
yes, for
Contingency.
all.
Hmm.
So I need to do it in Excel, sir.
Okay, do it, please.
Just allow me to open the Excel sheet.
Sure, sure. Take your time.
Yeah, it will take some time.
We understand it will take some time.
What are the options? 1, 2, 3, there are 6. Okay, 1. So P, what is 55, 40, 30, 5, 10, 0 0.4, 0 0.3, 0 0.4, 0 0.3, and 0 0.6, 0 0.4. So it is, sir, the EMV, no? It is minus 258,500.
Okay, but he is saying contingency reserve, not
Correct. Yes,
EMV.
yes. So if risk now specifically it is asking
Hmm.
if risk 4 happens, then what
Yeah.
is the new contingency reserve? Oh,
Yes, yes.
so for risk 4,
Hmm.
how much is the impact? Minus 25,000, right?
Right.
So I have to, minus, I have to add them both, right?
Okay.
If I add them both, minus this one, like I have,
So first of all, you told me 233,500, right?
no, it is 258, 258,
500. Okay,
correct?
correct. Total contingency reserve is 258,500. It will be positive
Yes.
or negative? What value will write?
This one,
Hmm. Because all threats are there.
yeah. So it is coming negative only, no, sir?
Negative. Negative, sir.
Negative, no?
Contingency reserve
No, but since it is a contingency reserve, so it will be in the positive, right,
is
sir?
positive. Yes. Reserve is
Yes, so
cash. It's cash
yes,
equivalent. It
yeah,
cannot be negative.
yes. So it will be 258,500 positive,
Hmm.
and if risk 4 happens, then it is the impact is minus 25,000, right? So
Right.
I will deduct 258,500 minus 25,000. So that
Okay.
would be one, like 233,500. Is it okay, sir?
Okay. So this is the difference, Nadeem. If we are writing EMV, it will be minus 258,500. But if we are writing it contingency reserve, it means dollar amount we are writing and it will be positive
Yes.
250,500. Okay, next question, Arga bhai.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Which of the following diagram displays sensitivity?
Tornado.
Yeah, tornado diagram, correct. You work as a project manager for TechSoft Inc. You are the project team, and the key project stakeholders have completed a round of quantitative risk analysis. You now need to update the risk register with your findings so that you can communicate the risk results to the project stakeholders, including management. You will need to update all of the following information except for which one? Trends in quantitative risk analysis, probability analysis of the project, probability of achieving cost and time objective risk distribution within the project schedule. Okay. I need your guidance, sir, with this question.
Can it be option C, sir? Probability of achieving cost and time objectives.
Round of quantity, you need to update the risk register with finding that you can communicate this to stakeholders, including management. You will following says, except for which one? Okay, trends in qualitative.
Except
Yeah, except
we will update.
which will you will not write as a result of quantitative risk analysis. Trends in quantitative risk analysis, we will write it. Probabilistic analysis of the project, probability range. After Monte Carlo, we write that what is the range, what is the percent of completing the project at this time, at this cost. Probability of achieving cost and time objectives can be risk distributions within the project schedule. I think probability of achieving cost and time objectives that is there. That is the result of quantitative. Risk distribution within the project schedule will be the answer. Because above three, all the three are the outputs of
Sir,
quantitative.
why schedule, sir?
Because schedule, we see the what is the probability of completing the project at what time. When you do the Monte Carlo, it tells us 10% project will be complete at this date, 20% will be complete at this date, 50% at this date. If you see the Monte,
Yes, sir.
it
Yes,
is
sir.
the probability ranges. That's why time and cost, both objectives, their probabilities can be written in the risk register after quantitative analysis. But risk distribution
Okay.
within the project schedule within some knowledge area, the risk distribution that we are not writing in the form of schedule or in the form
Yes.
of stakeholders or
Yes, sir.
that's right. Clear,
Okay,
Arka bhai?
yes, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir, for the explanation. You are the project manager of the AMD project for your organization. In this project, you are currently performing quantitative risk analysis. The tool and technique you are using is simulation, where the project model is computed many times with the input values chosen at a random for each
Monte
iteration.
Carlo.
One. Faisal
Monte Carlo.
okay. Faisal bhai, Monte Carlo is right answer.
Still, I am distracting due to the internet,
Oh,
so I'm
okay, okay,
facing problem.
okay, no problem.
Yeah,
I
because if
will
I
fix within 2-3 minutes.
Okay.
so if I go with the Pareto, because Pareto modeling, I don't know whether Pareto modeling is the correct term. I think Pareto chart is the correct term. So
Right.
which is the 20-80 rule. And if I
20.
go to the EMV also, it gives the net, right, positive and negative, what are the net probability impact.
Right.
But going very clearly, the keywords are saying that like the model is computed many times. So Monte Carlo is an iteration that we do,
Yes.
is a simulation model that the iteration we do numerous times
Right.
using the inputs to see like what can be the output, right?
Correct.
So going by that, I think Monte Carlo is the and
Yes.
analogous modeling. I haven't come across this term. And analogous estimate, yes, analogous
Estimating.
estimate
Right.
is an estimation technique.
Yeah,
For
both are fake terms,
fake
makeup
terms.
terms. Yes.
Yes, so these are made up terms, correct, sir. So which of the following inputs will be needed for quantitative risk analysis process? Risk management plan, risk mitigation plan and risk register, risk management plan, project scope statement and risk register, risk management plan, cost management plan and risk register, and risk management plan, stakeholder register,
And risk.
and risk register, right?
Yes.
So input for the quantitative analysis is like project management plan, right?
Right.
Because so under project management plan, what we have, I need to just find out that one. I think risk management plan, risk mitigation plan, and risk register. Okay. Risk management plan, project scope statement, and risk register. Risk management plan, cost management plan. Yes. So it is talking about both the plans, risk and cost,
Okay.
and risk register. Risk management plan, stakeholder register, and risk. So for me, option C is the correct one, sir.
Okay. And why not risk mitigation plan? Sorry.
Because so risk mitigation plan can be a subset. No, sir, it is not a like a standalone plan,
No,
right?
no, Arga, risk mitigation plan will be developed after doing quantitative risk analysis. He is asking you the input of quantitative risk analysis.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So this is okay.
Why not scope
Yes.
statement?
Why not?
Scope statement, project scope statement. You see, scope statement actually tells us what can be the scope of different areas, right? What are the different work packages or what are the different activities? Total scope of the deliverable, right? And
Yes, sir.
in quantitative analysis, scope statement is not the input. It is input in qualitative assessment. If you see in the previous question, what we have selected the right answer, it was risk distribution within the
Okay.
project schedule. That is not the output. Risk distribution within the project schedule, it means to complete the schedule, to complete that scope, what will be the project scope? What is the time project needs to complete? And if we are in the qualitative assessment, yeah, then we can say that the risk distribution as per the schedule, because individual objective is being impacted, and we are that impact assessment we are doing in qualitative assessment. That's why individual objectives and their impact, that is considered in qualitative assessment, not in the quantitative assessment. And here, if you see in this question, scope statement, if we are considering as risk a input, then in quantitative assessment, we will actually we are going to see the aggregate risk, which is going to impact the overall project or combined impact on the project objectives. That's why scope statement is
Yes.
not considered as an input. It is input for the qualitative risk analysis. But the risk management plan, cost management plan, schedule management plan, risk register, they are the right answers. And stakeholder register also we don't need, because we are doing assessment of the risk, analysis of the risk. We are not going to collect the data from the stakeholders here. Whatever data we have collected in risk identification, that we are utilizing. Identified risk we are going to analyze here in this process. So stakeholder register is of no use in quantitative risk analysis process. Stakeholder register was useful in when we were developing the plan, because we were we were doing their analysis, stakeholders analysis, we were taking their appetites and tolerances, and we were filtering the threshold, and that threshold we were writing in the risk management plan. And when we are in the risk identification process, we are conducting the interviews, we are meeting with the stakeholders to know that what can be the risk in our project. That time we were using the stakeholder register in the first two processes, but in qualitative and quantitative, stakeholder register is no use. That's why it's not the input here. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Arga, clear or any question? Faisal bhai,
Yes.
any question?
Yes.
No, sir, clear, sir, clear.
Okay. 32, Arga bhai.
Your company is structured as a functional organization and you report to the functional manager. What things will you need as an input for the quantitative risk analysis process? So in my understanding, the first statement is not connected, is not relevant, right? To answer this question. It is just to, misguide us, right?
That's okay. But sometimes the scenario or situation helps to change the answer also. So directly, maybe, but answer choices we should go through first.
Okay, we will need the risk register, risk management plan, stakeholder register, and any relevant organizational process assets. So again, just now, no, you have explained
Yes,
why stakeholder register can't be an input for the quantitative risk analysis
correct,
process.
correct.
It is used to, because the purpose of the stakeholder register is to understand the appetite. Then you
Yes,
find out the threshold, which is
yes.
used in the risk management plan. So this is eliminated by that rationale.
Okay,
You will need the risk register, risk management plan, permission from the functional manager, and any relevant organizational process assets. Okay. So again, like why I need the permission from the functional manager. I don't understand. Like,
Okay, I want to tell you one thing. When we are
Okay.
right, yeah, yes, Nadeem bhai.
Option B, sir. Why? Because this is functional organization. The
Okay,
power is in the functional manager.
yes, okay,
So
but
for conducting qualitative risk analysis, we have to take permission from functional manager.
mhm.
but
No,
for
I
for
have one
me,
question. One question. When we are writing the risk management plan, we are writing that
Yes, sir.
which processes we will perform and which tools we will use, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So if we are writing in the risk management plan and that risk management plan is getting approval from the functional manager even, suppose he is the sponsor, he is the head, okay, then we
Ah,
have taken already the permission. So why we are taking again the permission for doing the quantitative risk
sir.
analysis?
Sir, to my understanding, that conducting quantitative analysis need cost. It will make a major cost impact.
Right.
So taking, yes, sir.
This consideration we
For
will do when we will write that whether quantitative analysis we will use or not when developing the risk management plan. Right or
okay, sir.
when we are
Yes,
writing
sir.
the risk management plan, we write now which processes we will use and which tools and techniques we will use.
Yes, sir.
Then
If
that,
in that case, option C is the answer, sir.
okay, what is the answer for option C? You will need
You
risk,
need a risk management plan,
risk
risk
register.
risk register, risk management plan, cost management plan, schedule management plan. No, sir.
Why no?
Schedule.
Why no?
Uh,
Monte Carlo is done for cost and schedule mostly.
yes, sir. Schedule and any relevant, sir. Yes,
Yes.
sir. Option C is the answer. Sir, but the thing is that it is like for distractions, functional organization. The question is mentioning for functional organization.
Yes.
So to distract the answer. Uh,
Yes.
okay.
The main thing is they are to creating the twist. That's why they are creating this situation to
Yes,
check
sir.
how concrete is your concept,
Yes, sir.
how transparent knowledge you have about risk management.
Yes.
Arga clear? What can be the answer now?
yes, 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 sir.
See, Faisal bhai, you are also with us.
Yes, sir.
Okay, question 33. Arga bhai.
Question number 33, based on the information in the figure, what amount would you need to include in your risk contingency fund? So I will calculate, no, the sum of
You
all
have
this.
calculated before.
Yeah, yeah. So it is minus, sorry, it is like 258,500, no, 258,500.
But there are two values, plus 258,500 minus
No, no,
258,500.
no. So it would be a plus only, no?
Plus, Faisal bhai, right? Plus or minus? Why plus? Why not negative? All the threats are there.
No, because it is
Understand
asking
in the figure
because of
what
the threat.
amount.
Let Faisal bhai read it. Faisal bhai, don't make the calculation.
Sir, yes.
Just 258,500 is the right answer. But answer choices are plus and minus. Which one we will use and why we will use that?
But all the answer is in minus, sir. Input,
Yes. Yes. That's why I'm saying Arga is saying plus is okay. And plus
um,
plus is the right answer also. Correct answer is also plus 258,500. But why plus is correct answer? All the threats are there. Impact are all negative.
uh, I did not understand.
What is the question? Read the question, please. The last line. What amount would you?
What amount
Bus.
would you
What
need
amount?
to include?
What amount?
Yeah.
Amount can be
Would you
negative.
need to include? Yes, sir. It's in
So
the, it's asking for plus.
plus. Plus or amount can be plus. Cash or amount will be in the plus. And reserves
Yeah.
funds, they are written in plus value.
Okay.
Okay, question number 34, Larga bhai.
Question number 34, you're working with Anna on your project to determine and map the probability distribution of risk within the project. You have indicated that you will use the uniform distribution method for a portion of the project. Which part of the project is more likely to have a uniform distribution?
Concept and design stage.
Which stage?
Concept and design. Option B, sir.
Option B. Okay. Clear, why option B? Arga bhai?
Because I think at the concept stage, the risk could be, I think it will not be greater than the higher value, or like greater, that there are like two ranges, no, high or low. So at this stage, the risk will not be exceeding the high or the low values of that.
It's related to the information at that time.
Uh,
Availability of the information is less. That's why we will only put in low and high distribution, minimum and maximum value.
okay, sir.
Yes. 35.
A company is exceeding high visibility project to develop mobile phone technology. The project sponsor is concerned that an overall high risk rating may undermine support for the project within the company. The sponsor has instructed the project manager to manipulate the data used for the Monte Carlo simulation to artificially reduce the risk rating. What should the project manager do? Modify the data, email the project sponsor explaining why the data shouldn't be modified, schedule a face-to-face meeting with the project sponsor, and ignore the request. Okay. So the sponsor has instructed the project manager to manipulate the data. Okay, so manipulation. So what should the project manager do? Modify the data. No, straightaway implementation of I don't think it is the correct approach. Right? Email the project sponsor explaining why. No, it is not a like good approach either, because he is the project sponsor. So he cannot directly email him saying that no, it can't be done. I think first schedule a face-to-face meeting. This is the most appropriate for me, just to have a discussion, one-to-one discussion, just to understand why the request came from the project sponsor, and then accordingly the measures can be taken by the project manager based on the discussion.
What if the sponsor is saying that manipulate the data which is used as an input for the Monte Carlo analysis? Then what will be the impact? Why we are not manipulating the data? What is
No,
wrong?
because the results can if I'm manipulating the data, then the results which will be displayed by the Monte Carlo simulation will not be correct. No,
Okay. Right, Faisal bhai?
because if the input is
Right,
wrong, then
sir, right.
it will be wrong. Right?
Input is right, wrong, output will also be wrong.
So the whole purpose of the exercise will be null and void, like will not
Exactly.
will cease to exist, right?
Yes, right. 36.
Okay, question number 36. A heavy industrial design firm has over 3 billion in current contract value. As a result of the quantitative risk analysis of geographically separated project opportunities have been identified and addressed as a high priorities for the project. What is the most effective method to capture these opportunities? Schedule a project team meeting, establish a contingency reserve, formally notify the project manager, integrate them to the RBS. So it is asking, so the key word here
Yes.
is the opportunities, right?
Right.
So opportunities are always like part of the contingency reserve, right or wrong, sir?
Right. To capture the opportunities, we need to go.
The contingency reserve, right?
Yeah.
So going by that, I'm saying establish a contingency reserve.
Correct. 37.
37. How can the project manager rank competing stakeholders' priorities for all the identified risks? Perform a review of organizational process assets, engage the project sponsor to decide, refer to the stakeholders analysis prioritization, perform a qualitative and quantitative risk. And I think the option D is the correct answer
Right.
for me.
Last
Option C, sir.
option.
Option D, option C.
Which option, Arga?
The qualitative and quantitative option D, no.
Why?
Option C.
Why? Discuss. Both of you discuss.
Because it is asking for
Hmm.
like ranking the competitive stakeholder priorities, no.
Hmm.
So first I will do the
One
qualitative
question.
and
One question, please. Stakeholder analysis prioritization. What it means? First of all, we have to see when we do the stakeholder analysis. When we do the stakeholder analysis, Arga.
sir,
When we do the stakeholder analysis.
stakeholder analysis we do to identify the stakeholder authority, their impact, right? Their
Influence
pride,
and
their influence.
interest.
Yes.
And then what we develop?
Based on the stakeholder identification, we will develop stakeholder this one, no, like we get an influence
Power
diagram,
interest grid. Power
we
interest grid.
identify them and we categorize them. Once we categorize them, we create a stakeholder engagement plan. How to
Right.
engage the stakeholder. Then we create a matrix for the stake based on the engagement.
Okay, that is overall engagement of the stakeholders. But here,
And then in the matrix itself, we prioritize them. No, how to prioritize? Like we create.
but prioritization for the identified risk, not the prioritization of stakeholder requirements.
Correct.
So that is these are two different things, Nadeem.
Correct.
If we are talking about the priorities of stakeholders for their requirements, which are going to be part of the scope of the deliverable, which are going to be the features of the product, then that is stakeholder analysis and prioritization is important for the overall project management, for the scope development, and for their engagement when we are going to execute the project. But when we are talking about the stakeholder priorities for the identified risk, then for the identified risk, we pass these risks through qualitative and quantitative risk analysis, and these processes will tell us what are the priorities of the which risk is high priority, which is medium, which is low, and that will be the stakeholder priority also.
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So option D is the answer, sir, for this question.
Yes. Option D is
Sir, I have one doubt, sir. See, we are prioritizing the stakeholder
yes.
based on their.
Stakeholder priorities for the
Yes,
risks.
sir. Yes.
Which risk stakeholder give priority? Which risks stakeholder give the competing priorities? For the stakeholders, which risks are high risk? Which risks
Yes,
are
sir.
second high, third high, fourth high, medium? That we have to describe here.
Sir, yeah, that's what, sir. When we if we think about that one, then we have to stakeholder analysis.
Yes.
So
Stakeholder.
we have to go prioritization for stakeholders will be.
No. Prioritization of stakeholder. What is the prioritization of stakeholder? If we are talking about the stakeholder prioritization,
Ah,
stakeholder prioritization is developing interest influence grid, which is having
Yes.
high
yes,
interest,
yes,
high power, low interest, low power, low
yes,
interest,
yes.
high. That is
Okay.
for the requirements, not for the risks.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, sir. Okay.
So D is
Now I
right.
got, sir. Yes, sir. Qualitative and quantitative.
Okay. 38.
Can you just enlarge it because it is not visible. I'm not able to read it.
Okay.
Sir, just remove this view summary from class. So it will be good.
It is not coming here. 1 minute.
Now it is little bit.
1 minute, 1 minute. Let me try with passage. From here, try again.
Sir?
You can read now.
Yes, sir. Now it will be.
Yeah, the risk manager evaluates two contractors, contractor A and contractor B.
Okay.
Correct?
Yes.
For a project with finish date of 15 December.
Okay.
Contractor bids are the same, including the cost. After performing a Monte Carlo assessment on the contractor schedule, the risk manager returns the following information. In order for contractor A to meet the finish date of 15 December, it will cost an additional $750,000 and will
Right.
not change the confidence. In order for contractor B to meet the finish time date of 15 December, it will cost an additional $6,000 and will increase the confidence level by 10%. Which contractor the risk manager select?
Okay.
Okay. So,
How will calculate?
yeah, so I have the probability
Option A,
and the
sir.
How option
Cumulative probability on confidence level, sir. Based on cumulative probability on confidence level, 50% probability and 60% confidence level, sir.
What will be the answer?
Option A.
0.3, right? If we multiply 0.6 with 0.5, it will give 0.3, right?
Yes, sir.
And for second one, point what? 0.65 multiply by
0.4.
why 0.4? In the question, he says will increase the confidence level by 10%.
Okay. 1 minute, sir. The risk management evaluates two contractor with a function at say, including the past after performing medical analysis, assessment and contractor schedule. The risk management returns including information. Contract in order to in order of numbers of contractor A to be something when it takes 50%, it will cost 750,000. Okay, option A is telling confidence will not change, sir.
Yes.
Option B, in order contractor B to meet the finish date for 15 December, it will cost around 600,000 and will increase the confidence level by 10%. So here the confidence level is 40 plus 10. Sir, option B is the answer, sir.
So what is the confidence level? We should multiply 0.65.
0.65 plus 10% plus 40%. So 50% it will be, sir. 0.5.
So the answer will be more than 0.3, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we are going to select B. Okay, agree. But based on what?
Cumulative, both higher cumulative ranking, sir.
What is the answer given? Higher cumulative. Okay. Okay, B is a B or A. Higher cumulative is written in, okay, in A and B both written. So A or D, which one answer is correct? Because cumulative is written in both. Nadeem bhai?
Sir, option B, option A, sir.
Option A. Agree?
Yes, sir.
Arga bhai, Faisal bhai?
Agreed.
Arga bhai, you agree?
Can you just repeat it one more time, sir?
Please repeat, Nadeem bhai. Why B is right answer?
Actually, it is see the
Yes.
question is telling when we calculate the cumulative probability of option A and option B, since the criteria it is given that in order for contractor B to meet the finish date, 15 December, it will cost around additional 600,000 and will increase the confidence level by 10%. So if we select B, the option confidence level will increase by 10%. So that 10% will add with 40%, which is existing in the question. So it is like 0.65 into 0.5, which will be above 3. So based on that, we are selecting option A. The contractor B, based on the probability and confidence level as their higher cumulative probability of completion by 15 December.
Clear,
That's why we are selecting.
Okay, sir. Clear now.
Clear. Okay, thank you very much, guys. If you allow me, we'll conclude the session here and we will come back tomorrow again with the coaching call for risk responses. So don't miss
Yes.
the coaching call tomorrow. Until tomorrow, take care. Goodbye. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.